Chapter 601. Four idiots are fighting each other, and Xiao Tang is the fisherman who reaps the benefits. First, Go Zi and Meng Zi wanted to trick me into bearing the poison gas. Then my lord asked me to catch some and then take the elixir, and I might even eat the raw bone elixir that tastes worse than shit. Why are you doing this to me? I am just a spectator. Hearing Yi Feng's proposal, Yi Xiaojian was going crazy, and he was even more frustrated thinking, if I had known it would turn out like this, I might as well go to the Holy Land to play with Xiao He, Xiao Bai, and Xiao Jiao. Wait a minute. Anyway, those three guys are almost bored in the Holy Land, so why not call them over to catch with me? Thinking of this, Yi Xiaojian also grinned, and then muttered to himself, if you want to play, play together, no one can escape. My lord. Catching is good, but it's no fun for me to catch it myself. Why not call Xiao He, Xiao Bai, and Xiao Jiao from the Holy Land? After making a decision, Yi Xiaojian also looked at Yi Feng and expressed his idea. Let Xiao He, Xiao Bai, and Xiao Jiao come over to play? When Yi Feng heard Yi Xiaojian's suggestion, he was stunned at first, then thought about it, and smiled and said, okay, anyway, there is no point for the three of them to be in Xinghuan Peak, so call them all over, and then you four can catch them together. Xinghuan Peak. Xiao He. You dare to scold me, do you really think I dare not attack you? At this time, Yi Xiaobai cursed loudly, and then frantically put one formation after another on Yi Xiaohe. Xiaobai. I didn't expect you to be so shameless that you actually trapped me with a formation. But, do you think you are the only one who can trap people? Yi Xiaohe glanced at the powerful formations that were constantly stacked around him, and a sneer appeared on the corner of his mouth. Then he cast one blood-sucking barrier after another on Yi Xiaobai opposite him. What are you doing? What are you two bastards doing here? When I was out performing, you cast formations and barriers on me. Now that I have to go out to endure the pain, you start to cast them on each other? Are you going to let me go to my master alone to endure the pain? Seeing the two people's poor performance, Yi Xiaojiao was so angry that he never thought that these two people would be so stupid. Boom. At this moment, a violent breath instantly enveloped the entire Xinghuan Peak, and then Yi Xiaojian's figure walked out of the space crack. Huh? Xiaojiao, what are they doing there? Seeing the two people casting formations and blood-sucking barriers on each other, Yi Xiaojian also looked at Yi Xiaojiao with a puzzled face and asked aloud. What are you doing? What else can you do? These two bastards are acting here. They want to use each other's power to create the illusion that they are trapped, so that they don't have to go to my master to catch them. Hearing Yi Xiaojian's question, Yi Xiaojiao explained with a black face. Can you play like this? Hearing Yi Xiaojiao's words, Yi Xiaojian also showed a hint of surprise. Little foot. These two bastards are so fucking bad. Wait for me here, I'll go over and teach them a lesson. After recovering from his shock, Yi Xiaojian first said this to Yi Xiaojiao, and then walked towards Yi Xiaohe and Yi Xiaobai opposite with anger. Brother Jian. Tell me the truth. Now, do you want them to set up some formations and barriers for you? At this time, Yi Xiaojiao suddenly grabbed Yi Xiaojian's only right arm, and then looked at Yi Xiaojian seriously and asked. This is all discovered? When did Xiaojiao's brain work so well? After hearing what Yi Xiaojiao said, Yi Xiaojian's face also showed a touch of embarrassment, and at the same time, he thought with regret in his heart, I hid so well, how could I be discovered? Damn. Xiaojian really wants to do that. This is really because I have been hanging out with Brother Go for a long time, and my actions are getting worse and worse. Seeing Yi Xiaojian's embarrassed look, Yi Xiaojiao also cursed in his heart. Little yellow dog, whether he is a dog or not, has nothing to do with me. I tell you, don't say anything nonsense, or I will sue you for defamation. Brother Jian. It's too bad if you want to go over and join them. So, what should we do about this? We can't just go and bear the pain. At this time, Yi Xiaojiao looked at Yi Xiaojian seriously and asked. How is that possible? We are all good brothers, we must enjoy the good times together and face the difficulties together. Leave this matter to me, let's go back to my master first. After saying that, Yi Xiaojian shattered the void and walked directly into the space crack. Wait a minute. Did Xiaojian really go back to my master? Is it possible that he went somewhere else, and then after I stupidly went to my master, he ran back quietly? Just as Yi Xiaojiao was about to walk into the space crack he suddenly had such a guess in his mind, which made him stop immediately. 10 breaths later. Ha ha ha. Let that idiot Xiaojiao go to my lord and suffer. I want to enjoy the pleasure of being imprisoned with Brother He and Brother Bai. Before he could say the word fun, Yi Xiaojian, who ran back from the space crack, saw Yi Xiaojiao staring at him with a look that wanted to kill him. On the other side. In the number 1 assessment room. My lord. It's our honor to work for you. But they actually have so many tricks, they are really too bad, unlike me, who took the initiative to come and help you. At this time, Yi Xiaotang also cut off the image of the void, and then looked at Yi Feng with a sincere face and said. Yeah. It should be said that these 4 guys really played their wits and courage to the extreme in order to escape this opportunity to enjoy happiness. However, they are almost done playing, you go and notify them all to come over. And you, stay in the Holy Land and continue to practice with my master. At this time, Yi Feng also looked at Yi Xiaotang with a smile and said. Hee hee. Xiaotang obeys. I'll go and inform them right away. After hearing this, Xiaotang also smiled and walked into the space crack, and secretly said in his heart, although my little tricks did not hide from my lord, I have escaped this ordeal. Otherwise, when those 4 guys think of me, they will definitely drag me down. This is interesting. If they are all emotionless puppet guards, then it's really meaningless. When Yi Xiaotang left, Yi Feng also smiled and talked to himself. Chapter 602 You 4 don't need to eat, just eat us? Xinghuan Holy Land, Xinghuan Peak. Hey! You 4 stop playing. My lord wants you to hurry up and grab them. Just as Xiao He, Xiao Bai, Xiao Jian and Xiao Jiao were looking at each other, a space crack appeared, and Yi Xiaotang walked out with a smile on his face, and then spoke directly to the 4 people. We don't want to play anymore? The Lord wants us to hurry up and grab? Seeing Yi Xiaotang suddenly appear, the 4 people were stunned at first, and then suddenly thought of something, and all looked at Yi Xiaotang with eyes that wanted to stab him. Hee hee. Don't look at me with such admiring eyes. I call it taking the initiative. If it weren't for my lord seeing your wonderful performance just now, I'm afraid it would be difficult for me to avoid this pill nightmare, so you better hurry up, otherwise my lord will be angry. After saying that, Yi Xiaotang flew directly towards the direction of Wuji Peak. Tianji City, Tianji Tower, number 1 assessment room. My lord. I am late, please punish me. When the 4 people came out of the space crack, they all knelt in front of Yi Feng. It's okay. Your wonderful performance of fighting wits and courage just now also gave me a big surprise. I have to say it, you 4 are really good at playing. Looking at the 4 people kneeling in front of him, Yi Feng also said with a smile. Okay. Let's not waste time anymore, start grabbing. As he said, Yi Feng put 4 small paper balls on the ground and asked the 4 people to start grabbing directly. A moment later. Still saying it's okay? If you weren't angry, could all the words on the 4 paper balls be Little Spear Dragon? When the 4 people opened the paper balls fearfully and found that they all had the words Little Spear Dragon written inside, they all showed a bitter smile. If someone cries, someone else will laugh. When Little Spear Dragon, the Great Elder, and Du Yong saw 4 new forces coming at once, they were so excited that they almost cried. Hey! I came here today, just to spend all 100,000 Tianyan secret art enlightenment pills. How did you pull all the people and fairy beasts here in a confused manner? Which link went wrong? Seeing that there were so many people and fairy beasts in the assessment room at once, Yifeng also muttered to himself in confusion. Everyone, all the immortal beasts, from the moment you called the dog to help, things started to get out of control. Ding! Congratulations to the host for completing today's wasteful product. Reward 1000 wasteful points. Reward Immortal Ascension Pill *1. Reward Immortal Marrow Cleansing Pill *100 million. After an unknown amount of time, the system's reward reminder sound finally rang in Yifeng's mind, which also meant that the little yellow dog, the blood-sucking mantis, and Xiong Tianba finally ate up 100,000 Tianyan secret art enlightenment pills. Immortal Marrow Cleansing Pill. The top-level pill refined by the system is equivalent to an upgraded version of the Marrow Cleansing Pill. It is suitable for any immortal Taoist and immortal beast in the upper realm to take. If the number of pills taken reaches 100,000, the physical body will undergo earth-shaking changes. Even if you don't practice, you can absorb the immortal spirit energy between heaven and earth anytime and anywhere. It actually triggered a special reward, and it was 100 million pills, but the lower realm is 100 million marrow cleansing pills, and the upper realm is 100 million immortal marrow cleansing pills. Wait a minute. At this moment, Yifeng suddenly thought of an extremely important question, and then hurriedly asked the system, how does this immortal marrow cleansing pill taste? Ding! Because the system has not issued a special reward, and this pill is refined by the system, the host can choose whether it tastes delicious or unpalatable, but it cannot be changed after selection, so please think about it before making a decision. Oh! Hearing this from the system, Yifeng was also stunned. He didn't expect that the taste of the pill refined by this system could be decided by himself. It's boring to make the decision by yourself, why not give it to them? If they want delicious food, then it's delicious. If they want unpalatable food, then it's unpalatable. Thinking of this, Yifeng looked directly at the crowd and the fairy beasts. Huh? What's going on? Why did the little yellow dog, the blood-sucking mantis, and Xiong Tianba help the little gun dragon, Duyang, and others, to eat the bone-growing pill? When Yifeng saw this amazing scene, a look of doubt appeared on his face. Brother Long. Although your brother Mantis, and I want you to experience the nightmare of elixirs firsthand. But we are the first robber group in the universe, and we must share the good and the bad. Your brother Mantis, and I will definitely accompany you in this ordeal. Vomit, vomit. Before he finished speaking, the little yellow dog started to dry heave. Grand Elder. Elder Du. You must keep your word. I will help you eat this bone-growing pill, but you must not include me in the secret of heaven later. Vomit, vomit. Swish. Just when everyone and the immortal beasts were eating the bone-growing pill together, Yifeng suddenly collected all the remaining 60,000 bone-growing pills, and then said, everyone, don't eat it, things seem to have gone a little off track. These bone-growing pills were originally meant for the little gun dragon to experience the nightmare of elixirs firsthand. How did it become a punishment meeting for you? Huh. Hearing Yifeng's words, everyone and the immortal beasts breathed a sigh of relief, and everyone's face showed a smile of surviving a disaster. They no longer cared why it became like this. They only knew that they finally didn't have to eat the pill that was 100 times more disgusting than shit. That's right. I have a batch of special immortal cleansing marrow pills. If you take 100,000 of them, your bodies will undergo earth-shaking changes. Even if you don't practice, you can absorb the immortal spirit energy between heaven and earth anytime and anywhere. And the taste of this pill has not been determined yet. I am going to give you the decision. Do you think the taste of this pill should be rated as delicious or unpalatable? At this time, Yifeng also looked at the crowd and the immortal beasts, and asked. Delicious. Unpalatable. As Yifeng's voice fell, two completely different answers came out from the mouths of the crowd and the immortal beasts. Fuck. Which bastard said it was unpalatable? Then, the little yellow dog looked at the crowd with an angry look and shouted. After all, if nothing unexpected happened to this immortal cleansing marrow pill, it would definitely eat it later. Dog brother. The four of them shouted. At this time, Little Spear Dragon also pointed at Yi Xiaohei, Yi Xiaobai, Yi Xiaojian, and Yi Xiaojiao and shouted. Fuck. These four bastards are really fucking dogs. Don't they need to take this immortal cleansing pill, and then they can really hurt us? After hearing what Little Spear Dragon said, Little Yellow Dog also cursed in his heart. Wait a minute. Can I discuss this with my master? At this time, the little yellow dog suddenly thought of something, and a sly smile gradually appeared on his mouth. Chapter 603, There is no one at Xinghuan Peak. Why are the three of them here? Huh? Why did Brother Dog take my lord away? I don't know why. Why am I suddenly a little panicked? Seeing the little yellow dog taking Yifeng away, Yi Xiaohei also spoke to the three people beside him with some uneasiness. Brother Hey. We may be dogs for a while, but Brother Dog is a dog for life. It suddenly took my lord away. It's definitely not a good thing. Plus the unique proposal of the four of us just now, I feel that we are in danger. Hearing what Yi Xiaohei said, Yi Xiaojian immediately expressed his thoughts. On the other side. Master. Those immortal cleansing marrow pills are for us to eat, and the four of them don't need to eat them at all, so I don't think they should have the right to decide on the taste. However, it can be seen that they like to eat pills of that flavor very much. Otherwise, give them all the unfinished bone-growing pills. At this time, the little yellow dog also looked at Yifeng seriously and expressed his thoughts. Dog, I have to say that your proposal is still very meaningful. If no one eats the more than 60,000 bone-growing pills, they will probably stay in my hands forever, which is simply a waste. At this point, Yifeng waved to the four prodigal guards not far away. My lord. You are looking for us? Coming to Yifeng, Yi Xiaohei also asked with some uneasiness. Xiaohei. As for the taste of the immortal cleansing marrow pill, I think the minority should obey the majority, so let's make it delicious. However, Guzi just reminded me that since you proposed a bad taste, you must like that taste very much, so I am going to give you all the remaining more than 60,000 bone-growing pills. You must eat them all. As he said, Yifeng handed the fairy ring containing more than 60,000 bone-growing pills to Yi Xiaohei. What taste do we like? We, the four prodigal guards, would like the taste of shit? Hearing Yifeng's words, the four prodigal guards were all dumbfounded. They never thought that they would bring back a pile of shit after coming here in good condition. Everyone. The matter here has been dealt with, everyone can go their separate ways. Yifeng said loudly after returning to the crowd. Soon. Yi Xiaojian took the sword dog, the blood-sucking mantis, and the little gun dragon and left here first. Then, Yi Xiaohei, Yi Xiaobai, and Yi Xiaojiao also tore through space and left here. Grand Elder. Before, you and Elder Du helped me supervise Xiong Tianba's practice of Tianyan secret art. Here are the 1000 Tianyan secret art enlightenment pills I promised you. Keep them. Then if there is nothing else, I will leave first. After handing the immortal ring containing 1000 Tianyan secret art enlightenment pills to the Grand Elder, Yifeng was also ready to leave the assessment room. After all, today's wasteful products have been wasted, and there is no point for him to stay here. Ding. Congratulations to the host for triggering the wasteful behavior, reward 5 million wasteful points, and reward 1 million Tianyan secret art enlightenment pills. At this time, the system's reward prompt sound also rang from Yifeng's mind. Young Master Yi. Please, take me with you. I don't want to join the Tianji Pavilion, I just come here to join in the fun. At the same time, seeing Yifeng preparing to leave, Xiong Tianba instantly fell in front of Yifeng, and then hugged Yifeng's thigh tightly and cried and begged. Before, you helped us eat the bone-growing pill, and we promised not to take you into the Tianji pavilion. But what are you doing now? The Grand Elder and Du Yan on the side also showed a hint of doubt after seeing this scene. Stare. Suddenly, the two of them suddenly thought of something and exclaimed in their hearts, this bastard wants to take the opportunity to hold on to Master Yi's thigh and then follow Master Yi around. Huh? You want to go with me? Seeing Xiong Tianba clinging to his thigh, Yifeng also revealed a touch of surprise. Master Yi. I want to go with you. Please, give brother Xiong a chance. Although I am a super loser, as long as I don't practice the Tianyan secret art, no matter what I practice, I will work hard to practice in the future, and I will never embarrass you. Hearing Yifeng's question, Xiong Tianba also quickly expressed his attitude. Oh. Hearing Xiong Tianba's last words, Yifeng's mouth corners revealed a sly smile, and then he thought to himself, this is unfortunate, I was worried that the 1 million Tianyan secret art enlightenment pills had nowhere to use, and you delivered them to my door, maybe this is God's will. Outside the Xinghuan Holy Land. Fuck. What a huge magic spirit fantasy stone. As expected of the Holy Land where Master Yi is, they can actually build a maze array with such a rare huge magic spirit fantasy stone. When Xiong Tianba arrived outside the Xinghuan Holy Land, his eyes were instantly attracted by the maze array in front of him. Yo! Elder Yi, Tang Xiaqiang just took away a group of people, and you brought people back again. At this time Elder Yu Gui also walked out of the maze array, and then looked at Xiong Tianba with a smile and said. You can't not bring people back. I can't let my Xinghuan Peak be empty all the time. Hearing Elder Yu Gui's joke, Yifeng also responded with a smile. A moment later. What did I see? Is this what a holy place should look like? Countless rare immortal herbs, immortal trees, immortal mines, etc., can be seen everywhere. Is this robbing the Tiandao battlefield? Coming to the foot of Xinghuan Peak, recalling everything he had seen along the way, Xiong Tianba felt like he was dreaming. It is no exaggeration to say that any of those immortal herbs, immortal mines, etc. that can be seen everywhere are treasures that the sect behind him can regard as the treasure of the sect. On the other side. Ha ha ha. A newcomer is here. Now we don't have to keep cheating. Yes. And he is also an acquaintance. If we cheat like this, our conscience will not hurt. Realizing that Yifeng brought Xiong Tianba here, Yi Xiaohe and Yi Xiaobai also expressed their thoughts at the moment with excitement. Finally, a new guy has arrived. Although he is a little weak, he can at least help me share some of the damage. Yi Xiaojiao was also talking to herself excitedly at this time. A moment later. Didn't they say that there was no one on Xinghuan Peak? But why are these three guys here? They don't look like good people. I won't spend the next few days with them. After arriving at Xinghuan Peak, when Xiong Tianba saw Yi Xiaohe, Yi Xiaobai, and Yi Xiaojiao staring at him with excitement, he suddenly panicked. Chapter 604, The 8 Fart Gods, Wantonly Collapsing? Xiaohe. There are 1 million Tianyan secret art enlightenment pills in this fairy ring. In the coming days, you three will be responsible for his cultivation. You must let him make good use of these enlightenment pills. Do you hear me? Just when Xiong Tianba felt a little uneasy, Yifeng's voice rang out. I don't want to practice Tianyan secret art, but you prepared 1 million Tianyan secret art enlightenment pills for me? And let these three guys be responsible for my cultivation? Is this going to kill me? Hearing Yifeng's words, Xiong Tianba was dumbfounded. He didn't understand why things turned out like this all of a sudden. Young Master Yi. Are you kidding me? I don't want to practice the Tianyan secret art. After recovering from his shock, Xiong Tianba quickly looked at Yifeng and asked. Brother Xiong. I'm a spendthrift. And I want to spend all the 1,000,000 Tianyan secret art enlightenment pills in my hand, so I must give them to people who don't like to practice the Tianyan secret art. Besides, I'm doing this for your own good. Hearing Xiong Tianba's question, Yifeng also smiled and explained. I don't want to be a fortune teller, but you forced me to be one. Then, you said it was for my own good? Hearing Yifeng's explanation, Xiong Tianba was going crazy. Is this what a human can say? Brother Xiong. Have you ever thought about what it would mean if you successfully practiced the Tianyan secret technique and practiced it to a very high level? It means that you can calculate the date and requirements of all forces to hold the disciple recruiting conference. At that time, you can go wherever you want to join in the fun. Isn't that much better than trying your luck? Seeing Xiong Tianba standing there stupidly for a long time, Yifeng continued to explain with a smile on his face. Can it be played like this? Hearing this, Xiong Tianba's eyes lit up. He really didn't expect that the Tianyan secret technique could be combined with his hobbies so perfectly. Okay. For the next period of time, you should stay at Xinghuan Peak and practice well. Seeing the smile on Xiong Tianba's face, Yifeng nodded with satisfaction, then soared into the sky and flew directly towards Wuji Peak. 3 adults. Take it out. When Yifeng left, Xiong Tianba looked at the 3 people and said this. Take it out? Take what? Hearing Xiong Tianba's words, Yi Xiaohe, Yi Xiaobai, and Yi Xiaojiao all showed a hint of doubt. 3 adults. Didn't young master Yi give you all the remaining bone-growing pills before? I think it's time to help you share some of the pressure. Seeing the puzzled expressions of the 3 people, Xiong Tianba also explained aloud, and at the same time thought proudly in his heart, I am so good at dealing with things, so you shouldn't bully me in the coming days. The 3 who heard this walked to the side, then formed a circle with their arms around each other, and then discussed in a low voice. Brother, hey. This kid doesn't play by the rules. After doing this, I can't bear to attack him. At this time, Yi Xiaobai also took the lead in expressing his thoughts. Yes. Although this guy is a loser in cultivation, he is very impressive in this aspect. After hearing this, Yi Xiaohe also said in agreement. Hey. I thought someone came to share the damage, but who would have thought that someone came to join in the fun? Why is my life so miserable? Why did I suddenly have a brainwave and call out these 2 bastards? Hearing what the 2 said, Yi Xiaojiao sighed helplessly. He knew that in the days to come, he would probably be the one who got hurt. Wuji Peak, Holy Temple. Hey! Xiaotang, where is Master? When Yifeng arrived at the Holy Temple, he found that Luo Qianxue was not here, so he turned to look at Yi Xiaotang and asked. My lord. Sister Luo said she was going to get some beautiful clothes, and she might not be back for 2 days. And she didn't let me go with her. Hearing Yifeng's question, Yi Xiaotang immediately explained. Beautiful clothes? Hearing this, Yifeng's eyes lit up, and then a wicked smile appeared at the corner of his mouth, and he said to himself, Master has personally prepared a wave of benefits for me. The next day, early morning. Fuck. 8 great elders, what are you doing here? When Yifeng woke up, he saw that the 8 great elders of the Holy Land were lying in front of his bed, and then stared at him with a pitiful look, which also scared him. Then he looked at the 8 people with doubts and asked. Elder Yi. You, go and take care of those 8 fart gods. Last night, the 8 of them were like taking drugs, and they were collapsing wildly on our 8 immortal peaks. The smell was simply earth-shattering and almost sent us all away. Hearing Yifeng's question, Elder Taishu also complained with a broken face. 8 fart gods? Collapsing wildly? The smell was earth-shattering and almost sent you all away? Hearing what Elder Taishu said, Yifeng was completely confused, because he didn't understand what the other party meant by this. Elder Yi. It's Lord Xiaohe, Lord Xiaobai, Lord Xiaojiao, Lord Xiaojian, and the 8 of them, Guzi, Mengzi, Xia Qianglong, and Xiong Tianba. I don't know what they ate. Not only can they collapse incessantly, but the smell is also extremely stinky. Even if they release their immortal power, they can't stop the horrible smell. Even many of our disciples on the 8 immortal peaks were directly suffocated. If it weren't for the 8 of us running fast, I'm afraid we would have been hard to escape their clutches. Seeing Yi Feng's confused look, Elder Yugue also hurriedly explained. Huh? Is this the power of Xingudan? But why did Xiaojian come back with Guzi, Mengzi, and the others? Hearing Elder Yugue's explanation, Yi Feng also understood it instantly. However, what he didn't expect was that after eating Xingudan, there would be such terrible side effects. At the same time, he was also puzzled as to why Xiaojian came back with Guzi, Mengzi, and the others. A moment later. 8 great elders. This doesn't smell like anything. Leaving his residence and walking on Xinghuan Peak, Yi Feng also sniffed hard. After finding that there was no strange smell, he looked at the 8 people with a puzzled look and asked. After all, if it is true as the 8 great elders said, then Xinghuan Peak should be the hardest hit area. Chapter 605 Why is there no normal person around me? Elder Yi. That's because they didn't dare to collapse here. They just worried about polluting the air of Xinghuan Peak, so they ran to our place to collapse. Hearing what Yi Feng said, Elder Taishu also smiled bitterly and explained. Huh? Afraid of polluting the air of Xinghuan Peak, so they ran to your place to collapse? Hearing what Elder Taishu said, Yi Feng was stunned at first, then nodded and said to himself, if that's the case, then there's nothing wrong with these 8 guys collapsing. My lord. Young Master Yi. At this moment, Yi Xiaohe, Yi Xiaobai, Yi Xiaojiao and Xiong Tianba also flew over from a distance and soon landed in front of Yi Feng. Where are Xiaojian, Guzi, and Shui Bixu? Without seeing Yi Xiaojian, the little yellow dog, the blood-sucking mantis and the little spear dragon, Yi Feng looked at Yi Xiaohe with curiosity and asked. My lord. They left after they collapsed. By the way, it was the 3 of us who called them back. After all, this thing has many people and many immortal beasts, so it's fun to collapse. However, we have just dispersed all the special gases. Hearing Yi Feng's question, Yi Xiaohe also hurriedly explained. Did you 3 call them back? And it's fun to collapse together? How can you play so well? Hearing Yi Xiaohe's explanation, Yi Feng's face was instantly covered with black lines. Elder Yi. Since the poison gas has been dispersed, we will leave first if there is nothing else. After hearing Yi Xiaohe's words, the 8 great elders on the side also hurriedly said goodbye. After all, they had to hurry back to see the situation of the disciples of their respective immortal peaks. Hey! Now even the prodigal guards have started to let themselves go. Why isn't there a normal person around me? If this continues, I'm afraid I'll be led astray by them. After returning to his residence, Yi Feng sighed helplessly, and then muttered to himself with a gloomy face. Ding! Random tasks are released. Please find 2 normal prodigal disciples and bring them back to the Holy Land. If the task is successful, a large number of prodigal points will be awarded, with a high probability of rewarding immortality pills, and there is a chance to trigger special rewards. If the task fails, a large number of prodigal points will be awarded, with a very low probability of rewarding immortality pills. The task time is 3 days. At this time, the system's task prompt sound suddenly rang in Yi Feng's mind. The system really pampers me. Knowing what I need, it will release a task so that I can get a wave of rewards for free. After learning about the random tasks, Yi Feng also grinned. This feeling of being pampered by the system is just one word, cool. Let's check the prodigal products refreshed today. Thinking of this, Yi Feng checked the prodigal products refreshed today. Today's prodigal product, Beast Soul Order *100000 100,000. Beast Soul Order. It contains an ancient immortal beast soul, with the 9th peak cultivation level of the immortal tribulation realm. It can be activated by a drop of blood. After releasing the ancient immortal beast soul, it can burst out the peak strength before birth, but it can only last for 3 minutes, and then the soul dissipates. It is a one-time consumable. Hey! There is such a thing. After learning about the situation of the Beast Soul Order, Yi Feng also revealed a touch of surprise. By the way, isn't Elder Shangu a beast master? Let's go and see if he knows about the Beast Soul Order. If I can know more information, it will also be convenient for me to prosper. Thinking of this, Yi Feng flew directly in the direction of Shangu Peak. Shangu Peak, Shangu Palace. Elder Yi. What's the matter? Seeing Yi Feng suddenly coming, Elder Shangu also asked, curiously. Elder Shangu. I came here just to ask you, have you heard of the Beast Soul Order? Hearing Elder Shangu's question, Yi Feng also asked directly. What? Beast Soul Order? Elder Yi, you still have a Beast Soul Order in your hand? What level of Beast Soul Order is it, how many are there, and can it seal the soul of the fairy beast? Hearing Yi Feng's words, Elder Shangu was also shocked, and then hurriedly asked. Is there such a big reaction? Isn't it just a broken token that can seal the soul of the fairy beast? Seeing Elder Shangu's reaction, Yi Feng also showed a touch of surprise, and then thought about it and said directly, no, I don't have it in my hand. I just heard someone talk about this Beast Soul Order by chance when I was out for training before, so I came here to ask. No? Did you hear it from others, so you came here to ask? Do you believe what they said? Hearing Yi Feng's nonsense explanation, Elder Shangu shook his head helplessly, and then said directly, Elder Yi, this Beast Soul Order belongs to a special fairy weapon in ancient times, and all of them come from the Tiandao battlefield. And the Beast Soul Order is divided into 10 colors, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, black, white, and gold. Red is the lowest level Beast Soul Order, and gold is the highest level Beast Soul Order. Hearing this, Yi Feng suddenly asked, Elder Shangu, can the high-level Beast Soul Order seal the fairy beast with low strength, such as using a golden Beast Soul Order to seal a garbage fairy beast soul of the human fairy realm? Use the golden Beast Soul Order that can seal the fairy beasts of the fairy god realm or even the fairy calamity realm to seal the garbage fairy beast soul of the human fairy realm. Is he going to spend money again? Hearing Yi Feng's question, the corners of Elder Shangu's mouth couldn't help twitching. Elder Yi. I'm afraid I'll disappoint you. This Beast Soul Order is extremely special. Even a high-level Beast Soul Order cannot seal a low-level fairy beast. It can only seal the soul of a fairy beast of a certain level. And only the top-level Golden Beast Soul Order can seal the fairy beasts of the fairy god realm and the fairy calamity realm. After trying to calm himself down, Elder Shangu immediately explained. Is that so? Then I can only release the powerful fairy beasts in the Golden Beast Soul Order to hunt the most useless fairy beasts in the human fairy realm. After mumbling, Yi Feng left Shangu Hall directly. Hearing Yi Feng's words, Elder Shangu was stunned at first, and then shouted directly at Yi Feng, who had already left the hall, You still said you don't have a Beast Soul Order. After leaving the hall, Yi Feng thought for a moment and said directly to the system, use the function of peeping into the secrets of heaven once to help me check where there are suitable prodigal disciples, and they must be normal. Ding. Host, isn't your question a bit too much? Abnormal people are rare, and normal people are a lot. How can I remind you? Chapter 606, Yi Feng, a little prodigal, from Dongzhou. abnormal people are rare? I meet one every time I come out, I meet one every time I come out, you call this rare? Hearing what the system said, Yifeng directly retorted, System, just tell me, how many of these rare and precious people have I brought back? I feel that there are a lot of abnormal people, and normal people are rare. Ding. Consume an opportunity to spy on the secrets of heaven. In Wuyong City in the 9th immortal realm, there are more than 100 normal people who are suitable to become disciples of the prodigal family. The host can go and find them by himself. Faced with Yifeng's personal experience, the system didn't know how to defend itself, so it simply gave a reminder. More than 100 people? This base is very large, so finding two is no big deal? Hearing the reminder of the system, Yifeng also showed a touch of confidence, and then left his residence and rushed directly to where Yi Xiaohe, Yi Xiaobai, and others were. A moment later. Young Master Yi. What are you going to do in Wuyong City, in the 9th immortal realm? Why don't you take me with you? I want to join in the fun, too. Knowing that Yifeng was going to Wuyong City in the 9th immortal realm, Xiong Tianba's eyes lit up, and then he looked at Yifeng and expressed his thoughts. You don't know anything, but you still want to join in the fun? How obsessed are you with joining in the fun? Hearing Xiong Tianba's words, Yifeng's face was instantly covered with black lines, and then he said decisively, No. The 9th immortal realm, Wuyong City. Busy streets. Busy crowds. But who is the normal person I want to find? Looking at the people coming and going on the street, Yifeng also started looking for them in the crowd. ZG Beast Taming Pavilion, what is this place? Looking at the ZG Beast Taming Pavilion with two immortals guarding the door, Yifeng also showed a hint of curiosity, because many of the shops he passed by had no one guarding the door. Ding. Remind the host, there are 5 normal people in the ZG Beast Taming Pavilion who are suitable to become disciples of the prodigal family. At this moment, the system's prompt sounded from Yifeng's mind. Hearing the system's reminder, Yifeng's eyes lit up, and then he walked towards the door of the ZG Beast Taming Pavilion. Young Master. Do you have an invitation? Just as Yifeng was about to walk into the door, he was stopped by the 2 immortals standing at the door. Invitation? No, can I have a top-grade immortal crystal? Hearing the other party's question, Yifeng was also ready to use money to open the way. Brother, does this kid not know our ZG Beast Taming Pavilion? Although this is the 9th immortal realm, the headquarters of our ZG Beast Taming Pavilion is in the 1st immortal realm, and it is also a hegemonic force. It can be said that the invitations sent by our ZG Beast Taming Pavilion are all symbols of status, but he actually wants to use the best fairy crystals to replace the invitations. Isn't this funny? After hearing Yifeng's words, Tang Xiaohu, who was standing on the left side of the gate, also used his spiritual sense to tell Tang Dahu on the right side of the gate what he was thinking at the moment. Yes. Does this kid really think that he can buy everything with money? It's really ridiculous. ZG Beast Taming Pavilion doesn't lack his little money. However, we are idle anyway, so why not tease him? After responding, Tang Dahu also looked at Yifeng with a smile and said, This young master, as long as you can take out 100 million top-grade fairy crystals, we will let you in, how about it? What for? I'm just teasing you, why did you give me the fairy ring? Please don't tell me that this fairy ring contains 100 million top-grade fairy crystals. Tang Dahu, who originally wanted to see Yifeng laugh, was stunned when he saw the other party handing him a fairy ring. After all, in his opinion, 100 million top-grade fairy crystals are not something that ordinary people can own, let alone carry with them. It can be said that the request he made was an impossible thing to achieve. Fuck. What the hell did I see? There are countless top-grade fairy crystals in this fairy ring. When Tang Dahu saw the dozens of top-grade fairy crystals piled up like mountains in the fairy ring, he was so scared that he trembled all over. He couldn't imagine how terrifying the identity of a young master who could carry so many top-grade fairy crystals with him must be. It's over. I was just kidding, but the other party is serious. But the other party doesn't have an invitation letter, so I can't let him go. After all, this is the rule of the Purple Extreme Beast Taming Pavilion. After recovering from his shock, Tang Dahu was almost crying in anxiety. Now he couldn't let him go, and he couldn't not let him go. If he had known that things would turn out like this, he wouldn't dare to tease the other party even if he had 800 guts. This is playing himself to death in an instant. Dahu. What happened? Just then, a young man wearing a white fairy robe and looking extremely steady suddenly walked out of the door. After seeing the situation outside, he also looked at Tang Dahu and asked, "Mr. Nya, this is what happened?" Hearing the question from the young man in white, Tang Dahu also walked over and explained in a low voice. On the other side. System. This young man in white looks quite steady. Is he one of the 5 normal people who are suitable to become a disciple of the prodigal family? Looking at the young man in white opposite, Yifeng's eyes lit up, and then he asked the system. Ding. Remind the host that the other party is one of the 5 people. As Yifeng's voice fell, the voice of the system rang out from his mind. It's true. I didn't expect to find one so quickly. Then next, just lure the other party back to the Holy Land, don't rush to accept the other party into the prodigal family. Knowing that the other party was one of the targets he came to find this time, Yifeng's eyes changed instantly when he looked at the other party. The number of top-grade fairy crystals in this fairy ring is at least more than 1 billion. Even the young master of a dominant power probably can't carry so many top-grade fairy crystals with him, so who is he? After understanding the situation, especially after checking the terrifying number of top-grade fairy crystals in the fairy ring, Nya Hao also became very interested in Yifeng's identity. I am Nya Hao, the young master of the Purple Extreme Beast Taming Pavilion. What's your name, young master? At this time, Nya Hao also smiled at Yifeng and revealed his identity, and also asked about Yifeng's identity. Yifeng. A little prodigal, from Dongzhou. Hearing Nya Hao's question, Yifeng also smiled and told his identity. Chapter 607 Golden Beast Soul Order, that is our treasure? Carrying more than 1 billion top-grade fairy crystals with you, and then you call yourself a little prodigal? Do you have any misunderstanding about the word little? After hearing Yifeng's words, Nya Hao also revealed a bitter smile. He really wanted to say that even if he was the young master of the Purple Extreme Beast Control Pavilion, the top-grade fairy crystals he usually carried with him did not exceed 1 million, and they were the kind that could not be used casually. As for Yifeng's claim that he was from Dongzhou, Nya Hao didn't take it seriously at all, because he didn't believe that there could be such a domineering young master in Dongzhou. Master Nya. What do you mean? Seeing Nya Hao handing over a gold sticker, Yifeng also asked with a puzzled look on his face. Master Yi. We have our own rules in the Purple Extreme Beast Taming Pavilion. Whether it is the headquarters or the branches distributed in the 9 fairy domains, you must hold an invitation to enter any auction. If you don't have an invitation, no matter how many top-grade fairy crystals you bring, you can't enter. Hearing Yifeng's question, Nya Hao also explained with a smile on his face. Oh. Mr. Nya, then it's not okay to have these top-grade fairy crystals? Yifeng also became interested after hearing this, and directly took out hundreds of fairy rings from the system space, and each fairy ring contained 1 billion top-grade fairy crystals. Fuck. Too cruel. I was just kidding, but he really wanted to do it. But now that Mr. Nya has spoken, he is actually thinking about slapping Mr. Nya in the face. Is this the happiness of the rich? When Tang Dahu on the side saw Yifeng directly taking out hundreds of fairy rings, His expression changed drastically, and he exclaimed in his heart. "What are you doing? Are you trying to scare me? I'm the young master of the Purple Extreme Beast Taming Pavilion. Do you really think I was scared? If nothing unexpected happens, these fairy rings are definitely empty. Master Yi is just using them to scare me." Thinking of this, Niahao also let out a long breath, and then he released his spiritual sense with a relaxed look to check the conditions inside these hundreds of fairy rings. 1 minute later. Tear. After Niahao checked the conditions inside the 999 fairy rings, he tore the gold sticker in his hand into 2 halves without any hesitation, and then looked at Yi Feng respectfully and said, "Master Yi, please come in." "Young master." But he didn't have an invitation. "This breaks the rules of our ZG Beast Taming Pavilion. If the pavilion master knows, he will definitely punish you." At this time, Tang Dahu on the side looked at Niahao and tried to persuade him. "Rules? Mr. Ye's pocket money can buy the ZG Beast Taming Pavilion. Facing the existence of Mr. Yi, our ZG Beast Taming Pavilion must learn to be flexible. Some useless rules should be treated as non-existent." After saying that, Niahao respectfully took Yi Feng into the Beast Taming Pavilion. "Mr. Nia. Actually, I'm just asking casually. I really don't want to break the rules of your ZG Beast Taming Pavilion." After entering the first floor hall of the Beast Taming Pavilion, Yi Feng also said with a smile. "Just asking casually? Really don't want to break the rules of the ZG Beast Taming Pavilion? Then what does it mean that you wear fairy rings filled with 1 billion top-grade fairy crystals on your 10 fingers? Hearing Yi Feng's shameless words, Niahao shook his head helplessly, and then hurriedly smiled and said, "Young Master Yi, our ZG Beast Taming Pavilion can make an exception for you. It is our honor. By the way, young Master Yi, our ZG Beast Taming Pavilion is holding an auction. I wonder if you are interested?" At this time, Niahao suddenly thought of something, and then looked at Yi Feng and asked. "Auction? What is the auction? By the way, what does your ZG Beast Taming Pavilion do?" After hearing what Niahao said, Yi Feng also asked, curiously. "You don't know what our ZG Beast Taming Pavilion does? Then you came here just to show off your wealth?" Seeing that Yi Feng really seemed to know nothing, Niahao also showed a bit of confusion. He never thought that in the upper realm, there would be people who didn't know what their ZG Beast Taming Pavilion did. "Young Master Yi, our ZG Beast Taming Pavilion mainly sells all resources related to beast taming. Whether it is the cultivation resources needed by beast tamers or fairy beast eggs, special beast taming fairy tools, etc., we sell them all." After recovering from his shock, Niahao also looked at Yi Feng with a smile and explained. "Oh. Does your ZG Beast Taming Pavilion have a beast soul order?" After knowing what the ZG Beast Taming Pavilion was, Yi Feng also asked, curiously. "Yes. But there are not many. Especially the top-level golden beast soul orders, which are the treasures of our ZG Beast Taming Pavilion." Speaking of beast soul orders, Niahao's face also revealed a hint of pride, but he did not say how many top-level golden beast soul orders ZG Beast Taming Pavilion had. Hearing what Niahao said, Yi Feng's eyes lit up, and he thought to himself, "Anyway, we have to lure Niahao back to the Holy Land, and we will recruit him into the family of prodigals in the future, so why not take a look at his potential for prodigals first?" Thinking of this, Yi Feng looked directly at Niahao and asked, "Mr. Nia, it seems that you are very familiar with the beast soul order. What if you are a prodigal son, and you have 100,000 top-level golden beast soul orders in your hand, and even each beast soul order seals the soul of an ancient fairy beast with the 9th peak of the immortal calamity realm, then how do you think you should use these beast soul orders to be considered a prodigal?" This if is a bit crazy. After all, an ancient immortal beast with the 9th peak cultivation of the immortal tribulation realm is simply an existence that walks sideways in this era. Although it can only be manifested for 3 minutes, it is enough to wipe out a hegemonic force. As a result, Master Yi actually asked me how to defeat 100,000 existences that walk sideways? Is this a question that a normal person can ask? Hearing this question raised by Yi Feng, Niahao was also shocked. After all, this question is really too cruel. Master Yi, if you want to defeat it, I really have an idea. That is to release all the souls of 100,000 ancient immortal beasts with the 9th peak cultivation of the immortal tribulation realm, and then let them kill as many terrifying immortal beasts of the first level of the human immortal realm as possible in the last 3 minutes of their lives. After thinking about it, Niahao also looked at Yi Feng and expressed his thoughts. That's it? Isn't this the same as I thought? Hearing Niahao's thoughts, Yi Feng also showed a hint of disappointment. Chapter 608, 100,000 Ancient Fairy Beasts on the Catwalk. The scene is absolutely explosive. No way, such a crazy wasteful idea. Yi Xiao is not very satisfied? Seeing Yi Feng's disappointed face, Niahao also lowered his head and pondered again. Is it because my mindset is not open? Anyway, it's just a hypothesis, so should my idea be more brutal? Thinking of this, Niahao's eyes suddenly lit up, and a more brutal wasteful idea emerged from his mind. Yi Xiao. If you feel that this wasteful idea is not working, then I have another one. Just prepare 100,000 sets of fairy beast costumes of different styles, and then put them on 100,000 ancient fairy beasts. Let them show us a show in the last 3 minutes of their lives. I think that scene will definitely explode. At this time, Niahao also looked at Yi Feng and told him his second wasteful idea. Hearing this idea, Yi Feng was also stunned, and then thought to himself, this idea of squandering money is amazing. Not only can I squander all the 100,000 beast soul orders, but I can also squander a lot of expensive fairy minerals, fairy herbs, and other cultivation resources for making clothes. This is killing 2 birds with 1 stone. It works. It seems that Master Yi likes this squandering idea of mine very much. Seeing a hint of joy on Yi Feng's face, Niahao also muttered to himself in a smug manner. Mr. Nia. Then I'll trouble you with this matter. But don't worry, I won't let you help for nothing. I will give you a reward for your hard work later. After the excitement, Yi Feng looked at Niahao and told him his thoughts. It can be said that his operation directly turned killing 2 birds with 1 stone into killing 3 birds with 1 stone. Not only did he squander today's wasteful products, but he also got 2 waves of wasteful behavior rewards for free. What is this matter that troubles me? What kind of reward do you want to give me? Aren't we assuming this? Hearing Yi Feng's words, Niahao on the side was completely dumbfounded. The development of things was really beyond his control. Mr. Yi. I don't understand what you mean by this. Aren't we assuming this? Why do you have to do it for real? After recovering from his shock, Niahao also looked at Yi Feng with uneasiness and asked. Mr. Nia. What I'm asking is if you are a prodigal, how would you spend money if you have 100,000 golden beast soul orders? But I didn't say that, I don't have them. Seeing the somewhat confused Niahao, Yi Feng also explained with a smile on his face. I mean it. Then you really do it. After hearing Yi Feng's explanation, Niahao couldn't believe his ears for a moment. If what Yi Feng said was true, wouldn't it prove that Yi Feng had 100,000 golden beast soul orders that sealed the souls of ancient fairy beasts in his hands? Walala. Just when Niahao was still guessing, a crisp and strange sound attracted his attention. When he saw the thousands of golden beast soul orders on the ground, his eyes almost popped out of his head in shock. Even at this moment, his breathing began to become rapid. Mr. Nia. This is just the tip of the iceberg. And I have a total of 100,000 golden beast soul orders in my hand. Look, how should we check what ancient fairy beast is sealed inside? After all, only by knowing what ancient fairy beast it is, can we help them customize special clothes that suit them. Seeing Nia Hao full of shock, Yifeng also asked out loud. A moment later. Young Master Yi. These 100,000 golden beast soul orders contain the souls of ancient beasts with the 9th level peak cultivation of the immortal tribulation realm. It is no exaggeration to say that any beast soul order can be a super trump card of a hegemonic force. Do you really want to lose it like this? After Nia Hao checked the ancient beasts in the 100,000 golden beast soul orders, he looked at Yifeng with an unbelievable look and asked. Of course I have to lose it. And I have to lose it all before tonight. So, we are in a hurry to find enough people to make special clothes. As for the materials for making special clothes, I will be responsible for all of them. Hearing Nia Hao's question, Yifeng nodded very affirmatively. That's right. If you help me do this, I can give you 100 golden beast soul orders as hard work fee later. Seeing that Nia Hao was still hesitating, Yifeng also directly used his big move. Pa. After hearing that the hard work fee was actually 100 golden beast soul orders, Nia Hao slapped himself directly, then gritted his teeth and said, Young Master Yi, wait here for a moment, I will contact my father immediately and ask him to stop all orders immediately, and then gather all the people who make fairy beast clothes. After that, Nia Hao took out the sound transmission stone and prepared to contact his father. Mr. Nia. Stop contacting me. Time is running out. I have a designated space portal here. You can take these 100,000 golden beast soul orders and go back to the headquarters to talk to your father in person. Yifeng said, and stuffed 2 designated space portals and the fairy ring containing 100,000 golden beast soul orders into Nia Hao's hands. The first fairyland, Beast Taming City. The headquarters of ZG Beast Taming Pavilion. Who is it? In the study, when Ye Feiyang saw the space crack that suddenly appeared, he immediately stepped back a few steps, and then entered the combat state with a solemn expression. Father. I'm back. Soon, Nia Hao's voice was the first to come out from the space crack. Nia Hao. Did you use the designated space portal? Seeing Nia Hao coming out of the space crack, Ye Feiyang also relaxed, but still asked with a puzzled look on his face. Wow. Ignoring Ye Feiyang's question, Nia Hao directly took out 100,000 golden beast soul orders from the fairy ring. These are all top-level golden beast soul orders? Looking at the densely packed golden beast soul orders on the floor, Ye Feiyang was stunned on the spot. You know, even their ZG Beast Control Pavilion only has less than 30 golden beast soul orders. Father. Here are 100,000 golden beast soul orders, and each beast soul order seals the soul of an ancient beast at the peak of the 9th level of the immortal tribulation realm. I came back this time, because I want you to gather people immediately to create special clothes suitable for these 100,000 ancient beasts, and then release them so that they can show us a show in the last 3 minutes of their lives. Seeing Ye Feiyang, who was scared silly, Nia Hao also showed a smile, and then said the real purpose of his return this time. Chapter 609, Father Kills Son and Escapes. This rhythm is right. The soul of an ancient beast at the peak of the 9th level of the immortal tribulation realm? 100,000, and let them out for a show? Hearing what Nia Hao said, Ye Feiyang's first reaction was that his extremely stable son had gone crazy. Nia Hao. Did you get stimulated by something? Although I don't know where you got the 100,000 golden beast soul orders, if it's true as you said, then each beast soul order is a super trump card that can deter the overlord level forces. Wouldn't it be nice to keep it in our hands? Why use it like this? Isn't this a waste of money? After recovering from his shock, Ye Feiyang looked at Nia Hao with concern and said, Father. I don't want to either. But these 100,000 beast soul orders are a waste of money. If he wants to play like this, what can I do? Seeing Ye Feiyang's concerned look, Nia Hao also hurriedly explained. It turned out to be someone else's. And he's a prodigal, there's nothing we can do about it. However, the other party can easily take out so many terrifying beast soul orders. His identity must be extremely terrifying, you must not offend him. This time our ZG Beast Control Pavilion can do something for him, it's our blessing. After knowing these situations, Nie Feiyang also looked at Nie Hao seriously and reminded him. Not far away. What's going on? Shouldn't there be a scene where the father kills the son and escapes? Yi Feng, who used the hidden immortal scroll and hid aside to watch the fun, was stunned when he saw Nie Feiyang and Nie Hao walk aside to discuss the creation of fairy beast costumes. He never thought that Nie Feiyang and Nie Hao would not play by the rules. This was completely different from the father-son situations he had encountered before. No. This is too boring. I have to add fuel to the fire. Thinking of this, Yi Feng directly released the power of the hidden immortal scroll, and then appeared directly in the sight of Nie Feiyang and Nie Hao. Young Master Yi. When did you come? Seeing Yi Feng suddenly appearing here, Nie Hao also shouted in surprise. Well. Hearing this, Nie Feiyang's face changed, and then he quickly stopped the machete in midair. Young Master Yi? Nie Hao, is this young master, the super rich young master you mentioned? After controlling the 5-meter-long machete, Nie Feiyang also hurriedly looked at Nie Hao to confirm. Fuck. Father, put away your machete. He is the super rich young master I mentioned. Seeing that the machete in Nie Feiyang's hand was less than 1 meter away from Yi Feng's head, Nie Hao was also startled, and then hurriedly shouted. Swish. After hearing this, Nie Feiyang put away the machete in his hand as quickly as possible, then looked at Yi Feng and said apologetically, Master Yi, I'm so sorry, I didn't know it was you. It's okay. I showed up too suddenly, I hope I didn't scare you. After hearing this, Yi Feng also responded with a smile. What for? Why did Master Yi suddenly give me so many fairy rings? Seeing Yi Feng suddenly handing him 5 fairy rings, Nie Feiyang also showed a look of confusion. Master Nie. Let 100,000 ancient fairy beast souls with the peak cultivation of the 9th level of the fairy calamity realm walk a show. This idea was proposed by your son. And among these 5 fairy rings, there are the resources needed to create fairy beast costumes, which were also proposed by your son. Seeing Nie Feiyang's confused look, Yi Feng also explained with a smile on his face. It was indeed me who came up with this idea of squandering money. But when did I mention the resources needed to make fairy beast costumes? Nie Hao, who was standing by, also revealed a hint of doubt after hearing Yi Feng's next words. What? Such a squandering idea was actually proposed by my son? After hearing Yi Feng's explanation, Nie Feiyang also looked at Nie Hao with a strange look. He really didn't expect that his extremely stable son actually had such a strong potential to squander money. Afterwards, Nie Feiyang began to check the materials in the 5 fairy rings. He wanted to see if there was anything wrong with the materials his son had specified. A moment later. Nie Hao. You prodigal, I'm going to kill you today. When Nie Feiyang saw the countless rare materials in the 5 fairy rings, he immediately showed a look of rage on his face, and then picked up the machete beside him and chopped at Nie Hao. It is no exaggeration to say that the countless rare materials in the 5 fairy rings are the top materials for forging armor, weapons, protective gear, etc., for fighting fairy beasts. There are even many rare materials that even their ZG Beast Control Pavilion does not have. Thinking that his prodigal son would use such a large amount of rare materials to create a batch of fairy beast costumes for the catwalk, Nie Feiyang was really furious. He never thought that his son would have such a crazy and prodigal side. Father kills son and runs away. That's the right rhythm. If you don't do this, I always feel that this time's defeat is not perfect. Seeing Nie Feiyang and Nie Hao running out of the room, Yi Feng nodded with satisfaction. On the other side. Fuck. Although I don't know what materials are in the 5 fairy rings. But I can be sure of one thing now, that is, Yi Xiao has definitely tricked me. Nie Hao, who was running away frantically, saw his father chasing him with a 5-meter-long machete behind him, and his face also showed a look of collapse. He really wanted to say to Yi Feng now, if you want to spend money, just spend money well, why do you play tricks on others? This feeling of being wronged is so frustrating. No, I can't bear this pain alone. After running for a while, Nie Hao suddenly made a decision, and then ran towards the direction of Dongqing district. Yo! Are you going to seek the protection of the 3 supreme elders? Seeing that Nie Hao suddenly ran towards the direction of Dongqing district, Nie Feiyang also showed a playful smile on his face, and then muttered to himself, just these 2 things you did, if the 3 supreme elders knew, they would definitely chase you with knives. A moment later. 3 supreme elders. My father is chasing me with a machete, you have to save me. After arriving at a quiet courtyard on the edge of Dongqing district, Nie Hao directly found the 3 supreme elders who were practicing, and then told them the situation, but added the benefits promised by Yi Feng. Chapter 610, What the hell is learning how to cheat people? Is that something a normal person should learn? On the other side. After so long, that stinky boy Nie Hao should have explained the situation clearly to the 3 supreme elders. Then next, I'll just wait here. If nothing unexpected happens, the 3 great elders should soon pick up their swords and chop him out. At this time, Nie Feiyang, who was waiting outside the courtyard to watch the excitement, also said to himself with confidence. Ha ha ha. Just as I expected. The 3 great elders really chased him out with swords. When Nie Hao ran out of the house in the courtyard, the 3 great elders chased him out with swords on their faces. Seeing this scene, Nie Feiyang, who was waiting outside, couldn't help laughing. Nie Hao. You loser. With what you did, do you really think the 3 great elders can protect you? At this time, Nie Feiyang also looked at Nie Hao and laughed mockingly. What's going on? Why is it a bit wrong? When Nie Feiyang saw the 3 great elders passing by Nie Hao with swords in their hands, and then rushing towards him with angry faces, he was stunned. He really wanted to shout, the person you want to kill is over there, why are you coming at me? We are friendly forces. Fuck. They are really coming at me. They are going to kill me. As the distance got closer, Nie Feiyang finally panicked, and then turned around and started running. At this moment, he was completely confused. The plot twist was so sudden that he was caught off guard. Father. I forgot to tell you something. That is, Master Yi promised me before that if I help him with this matter, he will give me 100 golden beast soul orders as hard work fee. You should know how important 100 golden beast soul orders are to our ZG beast taming pavilion. Seeing Nie Feiyang being chased and hacked, Nie Hao couldn't help laughing, and thought to himself, no wonder Master Yi wants to cheat me. It turns out that cheating people feels so good, it should be said that Master Yi has simply opened a new door for me. At this time, Yi Feng, who was still staying at the headquarters of ZG Beast Taming Pavilion, would never have thought that he just cheated Nie Hao casually, but actually led Nie Hao, who was originally a normal person, astray. Help Master Yi to do this matter, he will give you 100 golden beast soul orders as hard work fee? Such an important thing, you didn't tell me before, but now you cheat me? Nie Feiyang, who was running away frantically, was about to explode after hearing what Nie Hao said. He never thought that his proud son had not only learned to squander the family, but also learned to cheat people. It seems that I will definitely be punished by the 3 supreme elders today. In that case, let's take someone with me. If the 3 supreme elders punish me, I will punish my son. No one will have a good life. Thinking of this, Nie Feiyang turned around and rushed directly towards Nie Hao, who was watching the excitement from a distance. Fuck. Why is my father rushing towards me again? If I don't cut a few knives at me, he will be constipated. Seeing Nie Feiyang suddenly rushing towards him, Nie Hao's face changed, and then he started his escape journey again. What's going on? Why haven't Pavilion Master Nie and Brother Nie Hao come back yet? Shouldn't it be enough to just show your appreciation? Are you addicted to playing? Yi Feng muttered to himself with a puzzled look when he found that Nie Feiyang and Nie Hao hadn't come back for a long time. Then he walked out of the study and headed directly towards the lobby on the first floor. He felt that he had to go out and look for them. A moment later. Who are those three old men? How come the team has grown bigger while playing? When Yi Feng walked to the street, he also showed a confused look on his face when he saw the 5 people chasing each other in the air. An hour later. In the study of the headquarters of ZG Beast Taming Pavilion. Everyone. You've played enough. Now, let's get down to business. Seeing Nie Feiyang and Nie Hao, who were bruised and swollen on the opposite side, and looking at the 3 old men who were rubbing his shoulders and legs, Yi Feng also helplessly reminded them. Young Master Yi. I will gather people right away. Before dark, we will definitely be able to create 100,000 sets of fairy beast costumes, and the styles will definitely make you shine. Hearing Yi Feng's reminder, Nie Feiyang also hurriedly made a promise, and then left the study and started to get busy with this matter. Young Master Yi. This matter is very important. The 3 of us old guys will help the Pavilion Master to handle this matter. After saying that, the 3 Supreme Elders also left the study. It's over. Brother Nie Hao and I are the only ones left in the study. And I just cheated him. The atmosphere suddenly became awkward. Looking at the bruised Nie Hao opposite, Yi Feng's face also showed a touch of embarrassment. By the way, Brother Nie Hao, I think you have a talent for ruining the family. Do you want to follow me in the future? In order to ease the awkward atmosphere at this time, Yi Feng also looked at Nie Hao and asked. Young Master Yi, after following you, can I learn from you how to ruin the family and how to cheat people? Hearing Yi Feng's question, Nie Hao's eyes lit up, and then he looked at Yi Feng with expectation and asked. There is nothing wrong with learning how to ruin the family. But what is learning how to cheat people? Is this something normal people should learn? Hearing Nie Hao's question, Yi Feng was stunned. He never thought that the other party would ask such a strange question. Ding. Remind the host, Nie Hao has become addicted to cheating people. According to the system's judgment, he no longer meets the normal human category stipulated in the mission. Therefore, even if he is taken back to the Holy Land, it does not count as completing the mission. At this moment, the system's prompt sounded in Yi Feng's mind. He likes cheating people? He is no longer a normal person? The mission requirement is to take back 2 normal prodigal disciples, but one of them died before it even started. Hearing the system prompt, Yi Feng was even more confused. He didn't understand why things suddenly became like this. Which link went wrong? How did the development of this matter suddenly go beyond my control? Wait a minute. At this moment, Yi Feng suddenly thought of something, and then he showed an incredible look and muttered to himself, could it be that I just tricked this guy and then directly opened up his Ren and Du meridians?